Hello there everyone, and welcome to another video. I know it's been a while, and this time I don't have any excuse whatsoever. It's entirely and exclusively my fault. Despite having everything I needed for this video, my brain opted to put this on hold and focus on other things for some reason. I even have to rewrite and re-record this because of that. Anyway, let's better move past that, since this isn't that type of video. This one is about the drawing itself. So let's discuss how I transformed came from this to this. Yeah, I got some explaining to do. In case you somehow don't know who this guy is, this came from the Amazing Digital Circus, an animation by Gooseworks and English production that I highly recommend you guys to see. It's really good, actually. It's really good, and it has a lot of details. It's really interesting visually and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it. It's yeah, I really don't know how to explain this experience. It's something that you guys will have to see for your own to kind of understand it. But anyway, like I said, it's really good, and I think that's why it became quite popular. And obviously during that time, and considering that most of the characters weren't exactly human, some people decided to draw a human version of them. Surprisingly, I didn't do this, especially since it was something I used to do a lot when I was younger. Just grabbing random objects and create human version of them. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I can start doing that again. Who knows? An idea for the future. But anyway, going back to the topic, among these characters, Kane was the one that caught more my attention. Well, mostly it was because it was the one that I saw more. Every time I was working and something and looking for reference and stuff like that, I saw an image of, human Kane, and and in the end, I gave in. I was curious about how a character who is mostly a mouth with eyes inside could translate into human being, while maintaining obviously that trait. So I too decided to give it a shot. And that's what you guys have been seeing in the background while I was talking about. Now let's explain what I did. So for the main thing, the head, I took just huge inspiration for those designs that I saw, where I saw that they used the hair to protect the huge mountain, with the hair mostly being red, with white tips at the end. With the latter obviously being to quote-unquote represent the teeth. And I decided to add the beard to complete the whole mounting, being like the hair, the upper jaw, and the beard, the lower jaw. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. When I already decide this in the future, which I really want to, I will probably get rid of that and change it for something else. But that's obviously in the future. Let's talk about this now. So why is the hair so messy and wild? Well, it's a beard's fault, again. Since the beard ended up being this weird spiky thing, not exactly a beard, the hair had to follow through. And with the already wild pose that I choose, with the whole hand going to the mouth and stuff like that, I just decided to just send it. The idea for the hair was there, but the execution really failed. I really want to come back to this one day and remake this, but I already have other ideas similar to that where I want to remake old drawings, so this one will have to wait. Now for the rest, I don't have that much of a problem with it, but it could use some improvement. The actual mouth of the character, I try to make it larger than normal as a nod to the whole, mouth thing. But honestly, I think it could have been bigger because somehow the tongue is larger than the actual mouth. So something went wrong there. I don't know how or why, but it did. And to finish, the face is something that I do like, but once again could use a little bit of improvement. The eyes, even though it's mostly covered by the hair, you can see that I decided to leave the eyes empty, the eye holes. Well, for the moment, I did end up changing that at the end for some reason. Once again, I'm not sure why. But coming back to this, why decide to do that? Well, I did it because I choose to keep the original the idea of the eyes like being on their own, not in the eye sockets, just being there. And this case I decided to put it in the mouth as a nod to the original design of the eyes being inside the mouth. And talking about little nuts there and there, I included Bubble. I included Bubble as an earring for him to use. I unironically love this little detail, and I will keep it in the redesign that I'm going to do in the future. And who knows, maybe obviously I'm going to probably make a human version of Bubble, but I will still like to keep this little detail there for Kane design. Finally, the rest is quite simple. It's just the original outfit. Unlike others, I decided to keep it really close to the original, like without adding anything, any kind of additional details, something like that. I decided to keep it really simple, just as the original was, and I even decided to keep the same color palette. Will I changes in the future? Not exactly. Maybe we change the colors a little bit so it's not as saturated, especially considering my new rendering style that I started using after making this drawing actually. And that's the one that you guys have been seeing of these new renders that I've been using. So by seeing them you can try to get an idea of how will that look in the future. So in the end, what did I think about it? As I quoted before, the idea was there, the execution is the one that failed. Did I just make this whole thing in order to roast my own drawing? Absolutely. I mean, it's good to be honest, especially if you want to improve what you do. In this case, this does need a lot of improvement, and I genuinely excited to see how that could change in the future, like how all of these takes that I said could change the design and in the future, and to see obviously that design already made something else. But anyway, I think that should be everything for the drawing itself. The renders, yeah, I haven't talked about it that much. I honestly don't think I will in this video, because like I said previously, I want to have two type of commentary videos, one where I specifically talk of the drawing itself like this one, and the previous one where I just talk about general stuff about the channel, all of the things that I do. And obviously this one is mostly about the drawing. As you guys could probably notice, a difference of the previous one, I started to take this one once again a little bit more casual. I do have a script that I read while recording this, but I'm not following like word by word. It's more to have an idea of what to talk next and what I should be talking about. And I even added and get rid of something what I was talking. Let me know if you guys like this format of more casual thing. And lower speaking, obviously, because obviously in the previous one I ended up being short because I focused too much on the script itself, and I ended like speed reading that really fast. So yeah, it ended up being quite shorter than I expected. But anyway, now with this out of the way, I can certainly say thank you everyone for watching and see you next time. So let's see if the next one is more positive than this one. Bye.